Want $2,900 deposited into your account every single month without selling a single share of stock? Dividend investing is how wealthy retirees create passive income that pays them forever. But here's what nobody tells you. You need a specific strategy, the right amount invested, and you have to avoid the dividend traps that destroy portfolios. Today, I'm revealing the exact math on how much you need to invest, which dividend strategy actually works, and the fastest path to living off dividends even if you're starting from zero. Hey, it's Uncle Bob. Pull up a chair, light up if you got 'em, because today we're talking about something that's going to change how you see money forever. You ready?
Okay, let's just get right into it. Look, everybody wants that passive income, right? That dream of getting paid while you sleep. But the way most people chase that dream, that $2,900 a month, they're walking straight into a financial minefield. It's a sucker's game and almost everyone is playing it.
So why do so many people get wiped out? Well, it's simple, really. They fall for the single most seductive lie in all of finance, the high-yield trap. They go hunting for these stocks promising 10, 12, 15% returns, and they think they've found a secret shortcut. What they've really done is bought a front-row seat to a total disaster.
And this right here, this is the brutal truth. A really high dividend yield isn't a sign of a great company, it's a red flag. It's a warning flare shot up by a business that's in deep, deep trouble. It's usually their last-ditch effort to lure in some naive investors before the whole thing goes up in smoke.
And check this out. This chart lays it all out perfectly. You've got two paths. Over on the left, that's the sucker's yield. You chase that big, flashy percentage, but it's attached to a broken business. What happens? The dividend gets cut, the stock price just craters, and poof, your money's gone. But on the right, that's the king's yield. A solid, reasonable payout from a real, durable business that can and will pay you probably for the rest of your life.
And man, Buffett just absolutely nails it with this one. You can have the smartest CEO in the world, but if they're running a terrible business in a terrible industry, it's a sinking ship. That high dividend is just the band playing as the whole thing goes under.
So, to steer clear of these traps, you need to wrap your head around one idea. This is the single greatest concept for staying sane and getting rich in the market, and it comes from the master himself, Benjamin Graham. I want you to meet your new business partner. His name is Mr. Market.
Now let me tell you about this guy. He's a complete lunatic. One day he shows up euphoric, screaming about how your company is going to change the world, and he'll offer you a crazy high price for your shares. The very next day, he's suicidal, convinced it's all going to zero, and he's begging you to take his shares for pennies on the dollar. Now here's the secret. His price is not the value. His job is to serve you with opportunities when he's panicking, not to guide you. Let me give you a textbook example of Mr. Market's madness. A company called Inktomi. Now this company never earned a single dime in profit, not one. But in March of 2000, a manic Mr. Market decided it was worth $25 billion. Just 2 years later, a deeply depressed Mr. Market thought the whole operation was worth less than a quarter per share. Absolute insanity.
So what's the big takeaway here? Mr. Market's mood swings are perfectly designed to trigger your own worst instincts. They trigger your greed when prices are sky high and your fear when everything is crashing. Your own emotions are the real portfolio killers, not the market. All right, let's get to what might be the single most important rule in all of this. If you forget everything else I've said, you have got to remember this one. Paradigm shifting truth. This is what separates the people who lose money from the people who build fortunes.
Let that sink in. Seriously, that little ticker symbol? It is not a lottery ticket. It is not just some blip on a computer screen. It is your legal claim on the future profits of a real company. A company with real buildings, real employees, and real customers. You are a part owner of a business. It's time to start acting like it.
Think of it this way. If you were going to buy a local pizza shop, you wouldn't just look at the asking price. You look at the books, the location, the reputation, all the stuff that gives it real underlying worth. That's its intrinsic value. Your job as an investor is to figure out what a business is actually worth, and then you just wait for your bipolar partner, Mr. Market, to have a total meltdown and offer to sell it to you for way less than that. That's the whole game, right there.
And you know, Wall Street just loves being precisely wrong. They'll build these ridiculously complicated financial models to tell you a stock's beta down to 4 decimal places. It's all just sophisticated nonsense. Your goal isn't to be a math genius. It's to be a business analyst and use common sense to get a rough idea of what a company's worth and what you're willing to pay.
So once you've made that mental shift to being a business owner, which is the biggest step,
How do you actually find these incredible companies worth owning forever? Well, for that, you need a blueprint, the Forever Portfolio Blueprint.
This is it. These are Buffett's 4 filters. It's a simple test. Pass or fail. Number 1, do you get it? Can you explain how it makes money? If not, pass. Number 2, does it have what he calls a moat to protect it from competitors? If not, pass. 3, are the people running the show smart and honest? If not, pass. And finally, number 4, is the price reasonable? If you get a no on any of these, you just move on. Period. No exceptions.
Now that second point, the moat, is absolutely crucial. That's the defense that protects the castle and all the treasure, the profits, inside. It could be a brand that's so powerful you don't even think about it, like Coke. Or it could be a business that's just such a huge pain to switch away from that customers never leave. This is what creates a business that lasts for generations.
And when you find one of these jewels, you don't sell it. Wall Street makes its money by getting you to trade, to constantly chase the next hot thing. That's how they rack up fees. It's a fool's game. Real, lasting wealth is built by finding a few amazing businesses and then just sitting on your hands.
Now, I know this sounds controversial, but it's such a powerful idea. This whole notion that you need to own 100 different stocks to be diversified is a total myth. Real risk doesn't come from owning too few stocks. Real risk comes from not having a clue what you own. It's far better to own a handful of companies you understand inside and out.
Okay, we've talked philosophy, we've talked mindset, now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time to connect all this thinking back to that $2,900 a month income stream. Let's do the actual real-world math.
You've probably seen this number thrown around by the online gurus, right? They'll tell you that all you need is $500,000 and you're set for life. But their whole pitch, their entire promise, is built on a very specific and, as you now know, a very, very dangerous assumption.
And here's how they do it. I'll give them this. The math is simple. You take your 500 grand, you find some stock paying a juicy 7% dividend, and boom, there's your $35,000 a year. A little over $2,900 a month. It looks fantastic on a spreadsheet, doesn't it?
But you know better now, don't you? You know that starting with the yield is completely backwards. In today's market, a 7% yield isn't whispering, it's screaming for attention, and probably for all the wrong reasons. It is far more likely to be a trap than a treasure. You have to start with the quality of the business, and then you accept whatever reasonable yield Mr. Market happens to be offering at the time.
Now this is the king's path. This is the realistic way, the path that actually works and lasts. You find a great, durable, forever company. Today, a fair and safe yield on a business like that might be closer to 4%. So to get that same $2,900 a month in income, yeah, you're going to need more capital, about $870,000. It's a bigger number, for sure, but it's a number that's built on solid rock, not on quicksand. The fastest way to live off dividends is to build a portfolio that lets you sleep at night, one that ensures you never ever have to start over from scratch.
So what's the bottom line here? It's simple. Think like you're buying a piece of a business, not a lottery ticket. Find wonderful companies, buy them when the price makes sense, and then just have the patience to hold on. That isn't just the safest path to financial freedom, it's the only one that actually works. And there you have it. The smoke clears, the truth remains. If this helped you see through the BS, hit that like button. Subscribe to Rich Uncle Bob for truth about money. Comment and let me know what financial lie pisses you off the most. Uncle Bob out.